Good morning and welcome to today's show. Now, in today's show, I wanted to go through how you could improve your recorded video. Now, a lot of the tips that I'm going to be covering today could also be used for live streaming if that's what you're doing as well. So that's what I'm going to be covering in today's show. Hi, my name is Jason Kruger, and on this channel, I'm looking to help people with the online marketing tech. A lot of people get stuck with it and they just can't get past some of those blockages, and then they never get anything online. So on this channel, I'm trying to focus on various parts of the online marketing tech to make sure that you can move forward with your online business. Now, one of those aspects is recording video. Especially over the last few years, video has become very popular. A lot of it is now consumed on websites, on platforms like YouTube, and it's just going to grow and grow. And a lot more people are getting into recording their own videos, but the quality of the videos do vary greatly. And I'm trying to educate a lot of my clients on how they can improve it. And it doesn't mean going out and spending lots and lots of money. There are a few things that they can do with the setups they already have. So I'm going to be going through some of those tips today. Now, a lot of people think, well, the first thing you've got to do is improve your camera because, you know, you're doing video and the first thing you need to do is improve the camera. And in my opinion, that is far from the truth. The first thing you should actually improve is your audio, because people will watch a bad video as long as it has good audio. But the reverse is not the same. if it's a greatly shot video, the video quality is great, but the audio is horrible, people are going to just turn off because it hurts their ears. They can't consume the information and they are just going to switch off. So the first thing, if you are going to look to invest money in improving your video quality, is to go and buy a microphone. Now, again, you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive £300-400 microphones. There are lots of USB microphones out there now that are very good. Now, the one that I have that I use a lot of times with my laptop when I'm recording other sorts of videos is this microphone. And that's the Fifine microphone. And I've actually done a video on this. So if you do want to have a look at that, just look on the channel because there is a video where I've reviewed it and I show you the different quality of that microphone. It is a great microphone and it only costs around £30 to £40, but it will vastly improve your audio. And with a lot of audio, again, if you're going to have external mics, don't sit far away from the mic. Have it close up. The microphone that I'm using now is right here. I can touch it. It's just under my mouth, so it's going to capture the best sound, and it's not going to capture any ambient noises. So look to improve your audio, and it doesn't mean you have to get a USB microphone. You can get lavalier mics that can just clip on to your clothing that work just as well. And with a lot of these lavalier mics, you can just connect them directly into your mobile phone, because you can just use your mobile phone to record video. So if you want to improve the audio, get one of those, plug it into your mobile phone, and your audio quality will improve greatly. So that's my first tip. Just go and improve the audio, because that will just take your videos to the next level just by upgrading the audio of your videos. Now, the second tip is not really to do with the equipment that you're using, but more about the background to your videos. And that's point number 2, improve the background of your videos. Now, a lot of people will just be having their laptop or other cameras just on their dining room table, and then they're just talking to that, not always taking into consideration what's in the background of their videos. Now, sometimes they've just put a blank wall behind their videos, which is great, but it's a blank wall. It's not very inspiring. And, you know, sometimes people have got a lot of other stuff in the background that can be distracting. Now, what I've done here is, a lot of people ask me when they first see some of these videos, is that a green screen? And no, it is a proper background. I've gone and thought about what I want in the background of my videos, because I want to have a bit of personality in the background. It's also a great conversation starter. I do a lot of my Zoom calls with this setup, and it does wow a lot of clients, especially if it's the first time that I'm doing a call with them, that they can see all of this, and it's a conversation starter. You know, I'm originally from South Africa, so I have a lot of African art and other ornaments around here. I used to love, and I still love, my Technic Lego. You know, a lot of these models over here have been built when I was 10, 11 years old. So I rescued them from my parents' loft, and I've now put them out on display. I also love the LEDs, because I can again create a different type of atmosphere. So I've gone and I've used a lot of different LED lights. I've also got some hue lights over here that are reflecting off the wall. I painted this wall when I first started doing videos as well, just because it gave something different. So when you are looking to create your videos, think about the background as well, because if you can bring your own personality into the videos, it just makes the videos a lot more fun to watch, especially if it's just going to be you talking to camera like I am doing now. So do have a look at the different things that you might be able to put into your background, just to make sure that it does have a lot of personality. And if you don't have a lot of space, try and move yourself off the wall, because the closer you stand to the wall, the more the wall could be in focus as well, especially if you've got different type of wallpaper maybe on the wall. And if you're lighting yourself, it will reflect a lot of shadows. So with the background, try and position yourself away from the background as well. Okay, my background is blurred out because of the camera that I am using, but you know, it's still sort of in focus. You can still see what's in the background, but I'm probably 2 meters, maybe 3 meters away from that back wall, because I want to separate myself from that background. So with backgrounds, there's a lot to think about, and that can vastly improve just the look of your video. And if you've got any other tips that I might not cover today, or if you've got any other questions, please leave a comment down below, and I will make sure that I answer it for you. And if you do like the content of these videos, then please look to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified when I next go live, or when I next post a video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, just make sure that you like the page so that you get notified as well. So those were my kind of first 2 tips. I do actually have 5. I have some bonus tips, so do stick around to the end to make sure that you see those as well. My 3rd tip, and again, it's not actually buying a new camera, it's actually just how you position your camera. Now, a lot of people are still using their webcams on their laptops, for instance, and that's fine if that's what you want to use, if that's what your budget dictates at this moment in time. That's absolutely fine. But another way to improve that is to actually put your laptop on some books or on another level, so that the camera is either at eye level or just above eye level, because it does create a much better shot. If it's too high, you're always going to be looking up, or if you have it positioned down below, you're always going to get that kind of up the nose shot, which isn't very flattering. So make sure that you do position your camera in a much better position. And like I said, if you're using a laptop, you can just use books or box or anything, just to make sure that the camera is either in line with your eyes or just above your eye line, because that does vastly improve it. Now, if you do use external webcams or anything like that, again, just make sure you're using a tripod or something like that. That will make the shot a lot better. Now, my bonus tip number 1 is lighting, because that again can improve your videos as well. Because sometimes I've seen people trying to light themselves, it goes horribly wrong. Everything else is very bright and they're dark, because either they've sat in front of a window with the camera pointing towards the window, and that can cause a lot of issues. Now, if you don't have other lights, you can just position yourself in front of a window, but make sure the camera is pointing away from the window and that you are actually looking at the window, because that natural light will definitely light you a lot better than just trying to use normal lighting around the house. Now, other lighting that you can look at getting is little LED panels, that you can just use. And again, they're not too expensive. You can get some small ones for around 20 to 30 pounds. But again, that will help light you. Now, in my environment here, I am actually switched off all the lighting in this room. The only lights that I have on are the LEDs behind me and a LED panel just above me, which is lighting me. So that's the only light that I have lighting me in my office slash studio here. And you don't need lots and lots of lights. Again, it depends on the shot and the camera that you're using, because sometimes if you are using webcams, you do need to use a lot more light to make sure that you are lit properly so that the camera can pick up, and you know, you get the better quality out of that webcam if you do light yourself properly. Now, there are different ways to light you. Like I said, I've just got one LED panel, but you can use two on either side, so it lights you from either side. You can also do something like what they call 3-point lighting, where you have one in the middle and you have two on the side, so that it lights you from all directions. Now, if you are wearing glasses, a lot of people say, okay, you can just use a ring light. Yes, that's absolutely perfect. Your camera sits in the middle and the ring light just fills around. Now, that does work very well if you don't wear glasses. If you do wear glasses, you will have the round circles reflecting in the glasses, and that will get picked up on camera. So if you are wearing glasses and you are recording videos, then you'll need to do what I have done, and I've used an LED panel, but I have it high above my head in front of me, angled at around about a 45 degree angle, and that will still light me very well, but it will minimize any reflections in my glasses. If I do look up, you probably see some of the reflections in there, but it is minimized by using this type of setup. Now, my last bonus point is, if you really want to, then look to improve your camera. But before you even look to improve the camera, make sure that you are looking at the 4 points that I've just mentioned before looking to buy a new camera, because those other points will definitely help to improve your videos, and it's going to be minimal cost. Now, looking to improve your camera, there are different ways that you can do it, and there will be different costs involved. Now, the first way that you can go down is to buy a webcam. Now, don't just go and buy the cheapest webcam, because the quality will probably be about that much better than the quality coming from your laptop. Yes, it will give you the versatility that you can move it around, but the quality is not going to be much better. The only webcam that I can recommend at the moment is the Elgato Facecam. Now, it's not cheap. It's around about £190. And actually, I've got one here, and this is now the shot, and this has now been shot on the Elgato Facecam. And as you can see, it's actually pretty good. And this is all very low light. I've got the same lighting that I have here. So that is the webcam, and the only webcam at this moment in time that I can recommend. Yes, there are others like the Logitech Brio, but I do think that this Elgato webcam is much better. And a lot of it is down to the software as well, because you can fine tune different things on it. Yes, you can do that on the Brio, but I haven't seen the level of customization that you can do with the Facecam, because you can adjust the ISO and all of that as well, where on the others you can't. And as you can see, this is a great shot. You know, the quality is very good, and so that's the only webcam that I would recommend, because the quality is so much better than a lot of the other webcams out there. Now, if you don't want to spend £190 on a webcam, the next best option, and probably you could probably argue you should maybe do this first before buying a webcam, is actually just using your mobile phone. Because with a mobile phone, you don't have to have software on your laptop or PC to record anything, and you can just use your phone. Now, a lot of the phones nowadays are amazing, the quality coming out of them. I've got the iPhone 13 Pro Max, So it's the best one that they've produced so far, and the quality out of it is amazing. Now, all the lower versions of these phones, their cameras are just very good as well. So, if you do want to record videos or do Zoom calls, things like that, you can use your phone. Now, if you're going to do Zoom calls and things like that, you can use some software called Camo by Reincubate. And again, I've got a video on that on my channel if you want to have a look at that, because that software, again, allows you to connect your phone up to your PC, and you can use that on your Zoom calls, on lives. If you want to record the videos directly to software on your laptop PC, you can do all of that, and the quality is amazing, and it's probably better than most webcams out there as well. And if you want to improve the audio, again, as I said before, you can plug in external microphones to your phone, and I have done videos on that where I have actually plugged in the Fifine microphone into my phone, and I've recorded videos that way, and the results are amazing. So if you want to do something like that, you can definitely go and just use your mobile phone. But if you want to then take it up even more, then I would suggest looking at getting a mirrorless camera. Now, the camera that I'm currently using is the Sony a6100, and I have the Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens on it, which allows me to have this blurred background, but also it allows me to only use this one light because it works very, very well in low light situations. Now, you won't just need that, you will also need a capture card, which the camera plugs into via HDMI, and that capture card then connects to your PC. So there is a big cost involved with that, and you're probably looking over £1,000 for this type of setup. But if you are looking to create a lot more video and you want to have really, really good video quality as well as audio, etc., then that's the way you will need to go down. And as I say, it's not cheap, but if you want to make that investment, then that's probably going to be the best way to get the quality for your videos. So I hope you've enjoyed these 5 tips that I've given you today to help to improve your recorded video. And not just that, it will help you just with your Zoom calls if that's what you need to do. And if you are doing any live streams on Facebook, YouTube, etc., then you can use these tips as well to improve those. So if you have enjoyed today's tips, then please look to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified when I next go live or when I next post a video. And again, if you're on Facebook, then look to like the page so you get those notifications. Now, generally, there are other questions that people ask when they are looking to improve their videos. So I do have other questions that I'm going to answer now. And the first one, and this one comes up quite often, is should I use green screen? Now, I know that Zoom allows you to just change your backgrounds, but I am not a total fan of using that, just because sometimes what backgrounds people are using just looks completely fake and it just doesn't work. But also, if your PC or your laptop or that is not powerful enough, you often get a lot of that fuzziness around the person, which again can be very off-putting. So generally, I would say don't use green screen. If you do have a proper green screen that you want to use, then you need to also make sure that you are lighting it properly, because if you don't light it properly, you're going to have the same kind of issues where there's going to be fuzziness on the screen because the software that can't quite distinguish if that's what they need to take out, etc. So for me, it's too much extra work to try and create a great green screen. If you're going to be doing a lot of video, then look to create a proper background, because that will be far superior, and it's a great conversation starter. I have a bearded dragon in the back here as well, and that becomes a great conversation starter as well, because they want to know what's in the tank. So if you can, don't use green screen. Try and create a better background. But if you are going to use green screen, then make sure that you are lighting it properly and that you're doing a lot of tests to make sure that it is going to work properly for you. Question number 2, where should I host my videos? And that's a great question. You're recording all these videos, but where should you host them? Now, again, it depends on what you're going to be using those videos for. If you're wanting to just have it out in public so that people can view them, maybe you get in contact, then YouTube is definitely going to be the way to go, because a lot of those videos are searchable, so people can find you on YouTube just by Google searches, etc. But if they're going to be more for courses, then the service that I recommend is Vimeo, because you can lock down your videos to certain domains so that no one else can watch them. And also, if you're just going to put them on your website and you don't want kind of the YouTube branding and all that, Vimeo is definitely the way to go. And those are probably the 2 services that I would definitely recommend. There's another one that I am currently using. It's called Adillo, and they also host and have great plans on that. So if that's something that you want to look at, please do. The third question that I am asked as well is, should I just go out and buy all the equipment? Well, again, that's going to be up to you. If you've got the budget to go out and splash a lot of money on all the equipment, then okay, go and do it. But my recommendation would be to start off small, especially if you haven't done a lot of video in the past and you're not sure if you're going to, if it's going to be a major thing in your business. Then I would say start off slowly, improve the audio, look at the background, your lighting, all of that first before you then go and seriously upgrade all your equipment. Now, if you're going to do a lot of live streaming, it's not just the video equipment that you're going to need. You're going to need a beefy PC as well, because all of this is being encoded in real time. So you do need a beefy PC, and a lot of time it's a gaming spec PC that you're going to need, and they don't come cheap. If you've got one of the latest Macs, the M1 Macs, they will work really well, and you can use a piece of software called Ecamm on that, and you can use that for live streaming. But there are so many other things that you need to think about when you're looking to create your video, and I wouldn't just say go out and buy all the equipment, especially if you don't know how to use it, but also you don't know if it's going to be a long-term thing or not. Question number 4, do I have to appear on video? And the easy answer is no. I know when I first started doing videos, I didn't feel comfortable on videos, and I would rather do kind of the tutorial type videos where I don't have to appear on it. You just hear my voice and I just share my screen. That is definitely a way that you can go down, and I do see a lot of people being successful with that and are still creating a lot of useful videos for their clients. You don't just have to do tutorial videos where you're showing them how to use a piece of software, for instance. You can record presentations that way as well, where you are narrating the presentation. So you don't have to appear on video. It does make a big difference when people can see a physical person on camera. But again, you could have a little bit of a hybrid where you're doing a presentation and you might just be a small circle or that somewhere down at the bottom, so people can still see you, but you're not the main attraction on screen. So you can definitely create videos that way. And this kind of the next question kind of follows on from this. So what kind of software can I use? Well, if you're going to be doing a lot of tutorial type videos, then you can use software like Camtasia or ScreenFlow. They both record your screen, but they also record your webcam or the camera that you're using. So you can use that to record your videos. But if you want to take it to kind of the next level, then on PC, the software that I would recommend is called Vmix. It's not cheap, but that allows me to stream, and that's what I'm currently using to stream today's live stream. So I use Vmix, where I can set up a lot of different things on it. It allows me to have the overlays on screen, allows me to bring up comments, all the subscribe pop-ups and all of that. You can do all of that live, and I can control all of that. But it also allows me to do recorded videos. So I can use exactly the same setup, exactly the same software to record my videos. And that's a big plus, because I've got this whole setup now. It's set up to do videos, and all I need to do now is come in here, switch the PC on, and within 5 minutes I'm up and running, and I can record the videos. There's no having to set up the cameras in a specific location. All things that are kind of roadblocks for creating the videos. You know, if you have to spend an hour setting everything up, you're going to be less likely to create that content. So make sure that, you know, if you are going to do a lot of videos, that you might have a space where you can have everything set up, so you just need to walk in and do it. Now, if you're on a Mac, you can use Ecamm, which is very similar to Vmix. You know, they've got slightly different ways of doing things, but ultimately you can also go live, record using your Mac. And in the near future, I will be setting up my Mac with Ecamm as well. So I'll look to create some videos using that because it allows me then to create lots more content in different locations. But if you do want to just record your screen, like I said, there's Camtasia, there's ScreenFlow, there's also Loom, which is kind of the online version. There is an app that can be installed on your PC or laptop. And again, it will record your screen, you can record your webcam, and you can then share that out quite easily. Now, the last question is, can I use a teleprompter? And the answer is yes, you can use a teleprompter. You'll have to have a look to see which ones will work in your setup. A lot of them will just kind of use your phone as the mechanism to share the content. Now, there's always pros and cons using a teleprompter. One, you need to have a lot of practice with it, because otherwise people will notice that you are just reading a script. You need to be more natural when delivering that content. So you will need to practice a lot with a teleprompter, but also make sure that your camera is far enough away that, one, you can still see the content that you're meant to be reading, but also that people can't see your eyes kind of moving. Because if you have it too close and it doesn't work 100%, people can actually see your eyes moving and reading, and that can be off-putting. Now, if you don't want to use a teleprompter, but sometimes you do need to write a script, you can do it. It does require a little bit more work in the editing phase, but that's just reading one or two lines, making sure that you know those one or two lines, look at the camera, say those one or two lines, look away, read the next few lines, and do that. And then when you come to edit it, you just edit those other pieces out, and then you stitch it all together, and then it's just you delivering that content. Again, it's practice to make sure that it does look a bit more seamless, but you don't need to use a teleprompter for that. A lot of the times what I have is I just have bullet points, and I know what I want to talk about, and I just have bullet points to help keep me on track, and then I just talk, from what I know. And a lot of time that works for me because it comes across a lot more natural, and I can just, deliver that, not worrying, or have I missed out that sentence, or what's going to happen. Just deliver it. And especially in a live situation, you deliver it and, well, you've done it. You can't change it. So that's why I prefer doing it this way. And, yes, there will be pre-recorded videos, and I do exactly the same thing. I have my points and I want to talk about it, and I'll just talk. I can always edit a few mistakes out in the editing phase, but that's the way that I do it. You might want to use a teleprompter, and that's fine as well. It's just with both kind of techniques, you will just need to practice, because it does take some time for it to appear more natural on screen. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's content. I really want to help you improve your recorded video and video in general. So I hope you've enjoyed these tips, and I might have answered some questions that you might have. And if you do have any more questions that I might not have covered today, then please leave a comment down below, and I will make sure that I answer it for you. And again, if you do enjoy this content, please look to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified when I next go live or when I next post a video. And if you're on the other channels on Facebook, then just make sure that you like the channel or like the page so that you get notified that way as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.